Good morning and welcome to the Forex Daily Update, brought to you by Pepperstone on Thursday the 19th of October 2017, and I'm Darren Sinden, and you can follow me on Twitter at @ds_Pepperstone. Right, overnight changes and price moves we should be aware of. I just want to focus on a couple of points here. First of all, a significant move in the New Zealand dollar against the US dollar, and we'll look at the causes behind that in a little bit more detail in a moment. We've also seen a move in dollar yen, the yen weakening here against the greenback, and we'll say something about that as well in due course. And then we've also seen further volatility in the US dollar South African rand. But if we look on this column here, really we could describe most of these items as being range bound over the week. So intraday moves, but big moves not really there on a weekly measure. Okay, now chart of the day. I just want to focus on an equity index, the DAX 30 or the Germany 30, and I just want to really emphasize the question: what is the DAX chart trying to tell us? We'll see we gapped higher recently. We posted a series of indecisive candles, and then yesterday put in a shooting star where the index rejected a higher move. And I can't help but notice that the RSI is also at elevated levels, so that's something to keep an eye on, I think, from here. Right, what's on the calendar? Events that may move the market today. Once again, it's a pretty packed calendar. Let's just blow that up so you can see what we're talking about. We've already had employment data out of Australia, as well as a raft of data points from China. We'll look at those again in more detail in due course. It's decision day again in Spain, the deadline for Catalonia to decide if it's declared independence or not, and that's to come at 8 o'clock GMT. We'll have important data out of the UK at 8:30 GMT in the shape of retail sales data for September. We've also got the small matter of meeting of the European Council of Ministers today. No doubt Brexit will be high on their agenda. And then from the States we have at 12:30 GMT weekly initial jobless claims and the data-rich Philly Fed manufacturing survey for October, and that's followed an hour later by the Fed's Mr. George speaking, or Esther George, sorry, Mrs. George I should say. Okay, right, breaking news and comment that's caught my eye overnight. First of all, as we noted, the New Zealand dollar has fallen ahead of any news on any progress in the ongoing coalition government negotiations. There was hope that today would bring details of who's going to run the country after the recent elections. China's house prices have fallen for the first time in 30 months. But Q3 GDP and September retail sales data have met or exceeded expectations. And I think that's perhaps unsurprising that we should see some good data during the Communist Party Congress that's ongoing at the moment. Meanwhile, in Australia, the unemployment rate has fallen to a 4-year low of 5.5%, though September's job creation numbers fell short of analyst estimates, and that probably means that the RBA won't race to raise rates just yet. Right, food for thought, something to take away with you into the trading day. Think about this, please. Once again, fund managers surveyed by Bank of America have flagged being long the NZD or tech shares as being the most crowded trade in the market at the moment. I note that the US 100 index is up by some 25.7% year to date. So a crowded trade, but one that's obviously produced decent returns for fund managers. Okay, please take a moment to read the risk warning. Trading CFDs and Forex on margin can be a risky business. If you're in any doubt about those risks, please contact your Pepperstone account representative.